Hey internet, grumpy man. I'm at a small KTM event at the local dealer. My first bike is the Duke 390. Look at that screen. Very excited. I wanted to try after seeing the Missidon Flyer drive one, so. Ouais. So yeah, it's just a dealer. So it's not KTM Canada that's like bringing bikes, and you know usually they bring a trailer with everything. Wow. Oh, I can feel the vibration. This is really cool, but it's a single cylinder 390. He's got a nice concourse. That's a nice bike. Needs updating, I think, the concourse, but yeah, that guy was a bit. I'm trying that after. So this is a 390 Duke. Take a picture. Make sure my pockets are closed. This screen, man. This is a nice little bike. The seat is hard like a rock. Oh man, it's pretty cool. I like it. You know, there's something to be said about a small bike. You can it's got plenty of go. I mean, this is not a big highway tour bike, but yeah, the guy in front of me is a bit short, and that's a very, very tall bike. I think he could put 1 foot down. So you can see it's very foggy today in scenic Vaudreuil, Quebec. So I'm also, the bike in front of me, that's the Beast. That's a 1290 Super Duke. I will be trying, Super Duke R, sorry. I will be trying that. Oh, it flashed. The whole thing flashes when you're going, when you're over Rev'It, when you start to approach the red line. That's super cool. Yeah, it's pretty foggy. I don't know which way we're going here. Yeah, I probably should have put my rain jacket on over my Venta jacket. So I just got a t-shirt in my Venta jacket, so. Okay, so I'm at 6th gear doing 105 kilometers an hour and it's flashing at me. Probably because it was cold. So roll on performance at 100. Let's just say so big highway touring is not its strong suit. I'm doing 120 and I'm at 7,000 RPM. I gotta tell them that brake light looks like it's stuck on that adventure. Hopefully it's not the guy jamming his foot on the brake. So this isn't a round town bike. Or, you know, if you know twisty roads. mean, it could be your only bike. Wow. Okay, seating position, not bad. You're leaning a bit forward. To me, it reminds me of Ducati Monster. Yeah, it's really flashing. You're approaching the red line. Well, that's normal. I mean, it's a small engine. The funny thing is, there's not a lot of vibration. I'm almost at 8,000 RPM here, and I could feel in the pegs, and mainly in the pegs, and if my knees are on the. If I touch my knees to the tank, okay, there's vibration. It's a single cylinder, but it's not. It's not that bad. I was really expecting a lot worse. Oh, hopefully my GoPro isn't totally fogged up there. There. Oh, there's a light on saying I'm on reserve. That's okay. So yeah, at 100 in top gear, it still pulls. It's not, I mean, you're revving high enough, so. Now on my bike, my Beamer, I can do this fairly fast, but I don't really know this bike, so we're gonna, no idea what kind of tires it has on it. I'm doing it at 80 kilometers an hour. It's not bad. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't do an all-day there's no way I would do an all-day trip on this, I don't think. Unless it was all secondary roads. Yeah, everyone's on big bikes, and they're like, I think they forget that there's someone on a wee little 400 behind them. Yeah, that flashing is somewhat annoying. I know exactly where we're going. So clutch is super light, the brakes work very well. My feet are on the balls of my feet. So fit and finish, not that bad. I mean, I'd like to have LED turn signals and stuff. You have adjustable adjustable levers and stuff. And you know, you'd have to like the orange color. No, you got a temperature gauge, which is neat. Clutch take up, very nice. We lost our shadow. Le lumière de frein est toujours allumé.
Ah ouais?
Ouais.
Est-ce qu'il est toujours allumé?
J'ai pas vu de défaut.
Le lumière de frein serait toujours allumé, as-tu remarqué?
Mais paye sur le frein, mais ouais, j'ai jamais vu allumer et ça a l'air. I don't know why we're stopped. I'm just telling him that the brake light was on, which is good because. I'll just do a little walk around while they're beautiful LED LED lights. It's a nice looking bike. I really like it. That fan is pretty loud, but it just went on now. Super bon. Oh oui. Mais c'était le maximum là. Tu sais, ça flashait à 120, ça flash rouge ici.
Je sais, je l'ai roulé hier, parce que ce qui arrive, c'est qu'il est encore comme sa période de rodage.
Ah, c'est ça.
Le shift light est plus tôt.
Ok, ok,
ok. L'ajuster pour le monter pour le début, mais
c'est ça. Ouais, il y a juste 500 km.
c'est le shift light qui calcule.
Mais ça roule bien.
Ah, ça roule bien, oui. C'est surprenant comment ça roule bien, là. Ça se conduit super bien, c'est super.
Oui, oui. C'est pas fait pour des grands voyages parce que c'est tout petit là.
Non,
mais même la vibration est pas. J'ai pensé que ça va être plus vite parce que c'est un 1 cylindre, mais c'est confortable aussi.
Ah, ça va bien, j'ai essayé hier, ça va super bien.
There's more sales pitches with this. So basically what he was just saying, in case you don't speak French, is that it's still on its run-in period. That's why the light was flashing. So I might, possibly I've been abusing it a bit. It's still under, so in the break-in period. So the dealer has to, it's only 500 kilometers. So. So when we came into that parking lot, I actually downshifted without the clutch there. It might have been my best downshift in my entire life. Like I matched the revs and downshifted, but you know, you get used to a quick shifter. So this is a road that is actually probably a good test for suspension because this is a horrible road. This is Harwood, Boulevard Harwood. And you can see because it's a bit damp from just cold nights. I mean, this is an entry-level bike, okay? Nice lady. So it's an entry-level bike. You got LED headlight, which is, to me, looks pretty bright for the size of it. You got a full TFT dash. Gear shift you got your gear position indicator. You got everything you need on that, and I'm not going to fool with it now, but you can go through the menu here and you could customize it a bit. Beautiful. Look how clear that is. That is my next bike. You see my next bike? That's what I want. So if you're just farting around on little secondary roads with the occasional highway blast, this is, you know, this is a nice little bike. I don't even think it needs to be qualified. I think I could just say this is, oh, I got air there. You certainly shift a lot more than a bigger bike. So what was I saying about just try and find our I know where we're going, so it's not a big deal. I know exactly where we're going. I come here a few times a week, so not like the other rides that I did. So what I was saying before was, this is not a KTM sponsored event where KTM brings a big, you know, a big trailer full of bikes. This is the dealer's bikes, so. I mean, they've already asked me twice if I'm buying a bike, and I'm not. And I said no, and I was honest with them. I said I wanted the 1290S, which has a huge version of this screen, so same screen, but like I think 3 inches bigger. It's their Super Adventure 1290S, so it's got 80/20 tires on it, so 80% road. I'm in 6th gear at 5,000. Yeah, there's a little, the fueling isn't perfect. I give it a handful of gas and it's there's like nothing happens, and then it goes a little bit. So that is, I would say, I don't think I'll blame it on the fueling. I'll just say it's a small engine and you need to keep it above 5,000 for, let's see, if I'm accelerating gently, it's fine. But I think you could click it down a gear or two if you're gonna want some speed. Mirrors are fine, they don't vibrate at all. They're not the biggest mirrors, but they don't vibrate, that's okay. I'm just wiping the camera, excuse me. I think if my... Oh, there's someone up ahead that doesn't know how to merge. Yeah, so my next bike I try is the 1290 Super Duke. So let's just say the Super Duke has 140 more horsepower than this. So if it wasn't in its break-in period, I'm pretty sure that light wouldn't be flashing so much. Yeah, and they didn't put a lot of gas in this bike, so well, it will be interesting getting onto the bigger bike, which weighs a fair amount more too. I'll try and overlay in the video the specs of this. Try and do a little bit of a better job than my last ones. Although a few of my videos that you guys really like, so particularly the Goldwing F6B video. So the Bagger Goldwing. That has gotten, I think, half of my total views on my channel, which is good. Now I want the sun to come out, although it's going to be super humid, but yeah, this is a really fun little bike. The sun, you can see some blue clouds. That's good. I like showing up to these events on a bike because they treat you a little bit differently because you actually have a bike. Whereas if you show up in a car and you just have some... Yeah, those brakes work well. Yeah, he's shorter than me, that guy. So, should be, I shouldn't have a hard time on that then. So I could kind of hear the exhaust over the engine on this. There's the sun. Woohoo! A gorgeous day. It's supposed to be a gorgeous day, like, so. You can kind of hear the exhaust. I mean, I'm pretty sure these are Euro 4 compliant, so part of Euro 4 is noise, so. Oh, we're gonna go. So, if you've seen some of my videos, I take this ferry quite a bit. So now we're going through Hudson. Like back road blasting, this would be, I mean, respectful of your limits. That is still, I mean, it has fairly skinny tires. But there's an expression, it's more fun to ride a slow bike fast than a fast bike slow. So that makes, this is a perfect example of that. Okay, so the suspension is, so it's not adjustable in the front. It's got upside down forks at least. The back, there's probably, I'll check when we get off the bike. I think it's just probably going to just have preload. I'm trying not to abuse it too much, but when these guys take off on the highway, I don't have much of a choice. But I'll not rev it out on these little streets. You can hear the exhaust. Well, I would say that this is not a very peaky engine. There's power I mean, this was just a short little ride, you know. This is a nice little ride. What's nice is I kind of know the area. The last couple rides, you know, we go the dealers far. There's 2 motorcycle dealers close to my house, and this is there's this one which is Constat, just so I make sure I plug them enough, because this is not paid for by KTM Canada. This is all their own stuff. I hate this road here. So Constat, and they're a Can-Am dealer, so that's Bombardier recreational products. So they sell Can-Am, Sea-Doo, Ski-Doos, and they're a Kawasaki dealer and KTM. So very nice. So I'll plug them. And the other is a dealer just across the street, which is Moto Folie, which sell all the Japanese brands except for Kawasaki. So it works out well. So you got everything. Oh, you get a little wheelie, that guy. On some of my other rides, that would get you a lot of trouble. So the suspension is what it is. And you can't expect to have electronic suspension or, you know, high-end dampers on this. But I would say to anyone, you're saving this bike, I'm going to put the price up and everything. I'm pretty sure it's in the $4,000 or $5,000 range. If you're just spending that, you certainly have money, and you can take it to a suspension guys, and you know, you say, look, this is the riding I do, this is how much I weigh, and they could tune the oil and the spring rate and everything for you. Putting your foot down in a corner, that's pretty much an off-road thing. I don't think I've ever been down this road. So this back road's blasting on this little thing. I guess if you could see my face right now, there is a big ass shit-eating grin on my face. So the other benefit of this bike is in Quebec, you don't pay the big plate on this. So I think you're gonna pay around $200-300 bucks. Wow, that's a... Oh, I was gonna say that's a bit out of place, that house. Yeah, when you have Sotheby's selling a house, you know, it's... So on roads like this, when you're just, you know, hooliganing around a little bit, very nice. So, oh, this is Hudson along the water. Okay. I don't know if the mic is inside my helmet, so I don't know if you pick up some of the sounds. So we're just doing like 55 in fourth, just over 4,000 RPM. There's definitely, you know, a little bit of vibes. Huh, nice house. Oh. I mean, it must suck having to wake up and look out on the water. Yeah, I could see the front tire. This is, you're like, the rake is pretty steep. But handles, fairly good. I mean, it doesn't weigh hardly anything. I'll put some stats up on the screen. So I think mileage wise this thing gets 60, I've only heard miles per gallon. And I think it gets like 70 miles a gallon, 80 miles a gallon. It's like, I mean, obviously if you're going on the highway, this thing's not lumping around at like 3,000, 4,000 RPM like a big bike, but it's still, it's a bit, not even 400cc single. So I'm in fourth, and if I do, the feeling's a little bit better. Yeah, you really have to watch. Well, if I owned it, you'd get used to where you need to be in gears. And to be honest, I'm spoiled on my Boxer, because my Boxer, you could be in any gear and you kind of have power. And it's a 1200cc engine. You know, you get spoiled. That's another reason why these bikes make good beginner bikes, is it forces you to learn, you know, how to stop, how to go, how to keep the engine in the power band, so that if you do need to go, you know, you have power. That split second of acceleration, if you need to get out of trouble. Well, on one of these, they're a lot less forgiving. So if you're in the wrong gear, you're going to hit the gas and you're not going to go. So there's nothing rattling. I don't think anyone would be surprised. There's nothing rattling. It shifts as a British person would say, it shifts like a treat. Pedal placement, I'm not even squished up on this. It's pretty good. I mean, it sounds like a proper motorcycle. Okay, so the dealer is right around the corner there, huh? So this was Future Electronics before, big. I don't think they're there anymore. But it said base camp, so I think they're filming a movie. Yeah, this thing downshifts without the clutch, like. Nice Triumph. And the other thing, I think it was a Honda 900, CB 900. Oh. Anyway, naked. Back brake, good. Okay. So it's a bit less formal this ride, but we did, it's 10:13. Yeah, that's good. So, the Grumpy Man final verdict. I should make a graphic for that. Yeah, I'll give it a 9 on 10, a 9.5 on 10. This is an awesome bike. Providing you use it for what it's for. Although I'm sure someone would like put soft bags on this and go on a trip, but no. I don't know what kind of fuel range you get on it either. I'll try and I'm gonna put some stats up when I post this. So again, I'll say thank you to Constat Vaudreuil. If you guys are in the market for any kind of like recreational vehicle, check these guys out. I haven't dealt with them that much, but the salespeople were they knew their stuff. So if you need a trike or a spider, sorry, give them a call. obviously, if you're local. So yeah, so we're gonna be, I think the 1290 is my next one, so. Easy to park. Alright, so this is Grumpy Man signing.